Okay. I'm pretty sure I shot a video of this already, but I didn't actually find the video. So I guess we're going to be doing it again, and we're going to be doing a rebuild on this little Process Intel Pentium 4 system in this Antec case. I have had one of these cases before. I had it in black. I still have it, actually. It's sitting over there, but the faceplates are broken off, so I've been trying to get rid of that, and so far I had no luck, so I might just go and scrap it. It's probably the prudent thing to do. Antec power supply, Antec fan. I know what motherboard it is already. It's one of those green Intel boards. I think it's an 845 board, if I remember right. Go ahead and pull the side cover off. There's your power supply. 330 watts is what it's rated for. There's a rough manufacturing date of the system. Yep, there you go, one of those green Intel boards. Socket 478. There's blown caps in the voltage regulator, but the system does still work, as far as I know. V8170 DDR. 64 megs. Fancy stuff, eh? Not really. Oh, it was back then, but not so much anymore. So, what I'm actually going to do... Does this power supply have SATA? I think it does. I see some orange wiring there, so I'm probably going to have to cut a zip tie, but it should have SATA on it, though, which is nice. I'll give it a quick power up, just because, well, I mean, like I said, I shot a video of it already, I think. Pretty sure, but I guess I lost it or something, I don't know. Okay. Comes on. It's usually F4 to get into these older setup utilities. 2 gigs of RAM, Pentium 4 2.66. Probably can upgrade that, although given it's a 478 and one of those crappy heat sinks on it, I don't really think I want to touch it. So, but that's not a bad little system. I just noticed it does only have the 2 RAM slots, so that's kind of limiting, but oh well. You can see here, it's running pretty well. There's no hard drive, so I mean, take from that what you may, but the system itself seems to be intact, so that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to gut this case almost entirely. I'll leave the power supply, assuming that the power supply has the cabling that I need, namely PCI Express power, because we're going to put a new board in here. Since it's a nice case, it seems like kind of a waste to have just a lowly Pentium 4 in there, and I've got other cases, like this one, that motherboard would probably be most at home in. It's another Process case. So, I think it'd be a better choice than this. Let's take a look at the new hardware. Okay, here's the new motherboard that we're going to throw in here. It's an Asus P5N-E SLI. I'm not going to run an SLI setup, but I am going to use this Quadro FX4600. For those that don't know, this board was an SLI rig for a while, but it has, I think it's got 8 gigs of RAM. If not, certainly got 4, but it's got a Core 2 Quad Q9550 CPU. I think is the biggest Core 2 Quad I've ever used. Now the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to switch the power supply, because in looking at this, unfortunately, it appears as though this power supply does not have, unless it's just hiding somewhere and I can't see it, it does not look like it has Yeah, that's a fan-only connection. But it does not look like it has the PCI Express power, which I need. So, that's got a whole bunch of other excess wiring on it that, again, I don't need. So I'm going to just pull it out and put it into something else that maybe doesn't. I don't know. It's an older power supply anyway. So I want to see if this one actually works. This 380 watt Antec with 80 plus certification. Might as well, right? Okay. Let's get all this hardware out of here. Okay, there's the old removed. I've gone ahead and installed the new I/O shield already. And I've rearranged the standoffs because that existing board was weird. I'm not sure why they did it the way they did it, but it had 8 screws and there were lines of 4 and 4. So, I don't know. This new board doesn't go all the way to the last set of standoffs. So, I should be okay with just the 6. But I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna get that new power supply installed though. Okay, we're all put together. Now, so you can see here, I'm glad I chose to plug in that 4-pin power connector before putting in the board. But that means I hope this power supply actually works. If it doesn't, I may just stop the video anyway, because I'm not in much of a mood to pull all this back out again. I haven't plugged in any of the front panel because, as you can see, they're single pins, split pins, whatever you want to call it, and I hate those. I can't say that I've really used any of the front panel connections on most of these computers anyway, so I'm just not going to hook them up. I'm not in any mood to deal with those. If I really care, I may find some solid, or proper, I guess, as it should be called, connections, and then try it again. But for now, we should be good to go. Now I gotta power it up and see if it even works at all. Alright. How much do you want to bet this won't work? Well, the power supply is good. I have no PC speaker. Hey, look at that. It posts. Cool. Sounds like we might have a bad fan, though, but... Alright. Well, I think the battery's bad, but... You can see here, I have the optical drive, which I hope works. Yep, that works. It's the floppy drive, which I hope is hooked up properly. It looks like it. There's a reason why the drive is on SATA 2. It's because I think SATA 1, if I remember right, on this board is bad. I know I definitely have one bad SATA port. So I thought it had a good battery in it. I guess it doesn't. So setting these settings is probably pointless, but I'm going to go ahead and set it to my liking, and then we'll try and install an operating system. Or I might see if there's anything on that drive. I think it's got Windows 8 on it. I love that sound. Alright. Yeah, well, it's booting something. I don't really want Windows 8 on this machine. We'll see if it'll actually even start. It might not. Okay. Installed a wireless card now. I don't know if it'll actually work under Linux, but... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see, where's the power switch? F8 is the key that I need. Alright. Ah, what a piece of crap. I don't care. SanDisk Cruiser Edge. Okay. Install Ubuntu. I've already pretty much made up my mind anyway. That's what this is going to get. Even though I know I've had problems with Ubuntu and the NVIDIA drivers. It's purely an experimental box anyway, so. Okay. English. That's good. Hey, look, it actually does see the Wi-Fi. That's cool. Huh. Awesome. Okay, did it work? I have a question mark. Huh. Let's hit continue, see what it does. I may have to select a different network. It's very interesting. I've never actually tried connecting to the Wi-Fi network on a random system out here. I know I've had my little tablet out here, the Microsoft Surface, and it was connected to it, but I don't know, maybe the signal is just not strong enough. Because I know the signal is pretty weak out here. Okay, I went ahead and I changed the network, and that seems to be working a little better. More than a little better, really. But and I just gotta wait for it to do its hard drive thing. Which is always what takes the longest. Okay, restart. And we'll see what it messed up. Okay. I'm just gonna yank that USB stick. Here I installed a PC speaker. Another motherboard actually has, the one that I pulled out of here has a speaker on board, so I just pulled the PC speaker out of the case it was going to go in and put it in here. It's good enough, it'll work. So, let's see if Ubuntu will actually even start. I hear the hard drive. I feel the hard drive, actually. I probably feel it more than I can hear it. That was a pain, though. I had to reboot it and try installing without the Wi-Fi, because when you put the Wi-Fi on, it just bricked the whole computer for some reason. So maybe it doesn't support this wireless card as well as it says it does. Doesn't surprise me. It's one of the many things under Linux that just does not work properly. And it's not for any fault of the actual hardware, it's just the developers are too stupid to be able to figure out, you know, how things actually work. It's a common chipset, it's a Realtek chipset, so there's no reason why it doesn't work. It's just that it doesn't. Because again, of ignorance. I'm sure I'll get lovely fan mail in the comments for daring to air my opinion about the matter. Okay, let's see if we can actually connect the Wi-Fi now. Okay, wow, it actually worked that time. Do not send system info. Do not turn on location services. I can't actually see if it's on or off. No, I want it off, like that. Next. Don't care. I want you. Additional drivers. Let's see what shows up. No addition. Really? I don't believe that for half a second. So we'll let it run its updates then, I guess. Wow. What a piece of utter garbage. Just for context, because I think it's worth noting, the wireless access point that it's connected to is on the other side of that wall. And it's not like it's a brick wall. Like, I mean, I know that there's brick there, but that's a chimney. That, I don't think there's anything in there that would possibly explain why this is just not working. It's just not doing its job. That's so bad. It's really bad. Under Windows, this would have been finished already. Okay, this is really dumb. So, you know what? Hell with it. We're done here. I have seen enough. The project is going to stop there because it's installed. I'm not wasting any more time. I've got way more things to do. Way more important things to do than sit here and just wait for this stupid thing to chug along slower than a snail encased in molasses on a cold winter day. So, the hell with that. We're done with that.